maybe one more. Sweet. Sunny day today.
Yeah. Then yesterday.
Yeah. And your dustpan. Yeah. Don't touch it. Stick that in with a new nail gun, Abdul. Yes. Oh. Alright. It's 5.4 exactly. Well, a bit less. 5.395. 5.395. 5 more mil, and that'll work too. Yeah.
A bit longer.
The cornice just goes to there, one full length. So we just cut it internal on that end, and cut it back on that. Yeah, so I chipped it off in borrow, so I got borrow rather than CSR.
Yeah.
Just because it matches in better. 43.75. $18.05. Yeah, not much cornice, eh? Not too bad. So we finally got this cornice here through all the weather, and the cornice above me here, this is the one that we're putting a new one on. You see, I had to skim the top of it the other night to make it smooth again. It was all rough and everything like that. I had gouges out of it when we were chipping the old cornice away. It was holding on really well. So here, when you join cornice, you shouldn't do it like a flat cut. It should be on an angle. And so here, like I was saying before, just under 5.4, which is the length of our cornice. So what I normally do is well, that's coming up backwards maybe. Let me flip the camera. I normally go through, write them all down. So yeah, that's an internal. And that's an internal. This is kind of how I explain how to do cornice. It took me a long time to get my head around it. Yeah. See, that's external there. You always measure off the bottom points. On an external, the bottom point is shorter than the top point. And on an internal, it's longer. So you swoop over here, see? There's another external. And you can see the internal. It goes from there, back. So the bottom side is longer. Here's the next piece. Let's go ahead and write these down. Can't see shit. 43.75. We've got an internal, so I just write I and I. So I know I and an X. I'll write an X over here if it's an external on the left. Bit messy, but we've got work to do. We've got my man's Abdul finishing the cornice chipping. We were just going to go halfway, but we thought to take it right through. Fun. Next one, 1805 in this little closet. I, internal. And we'll wait for Abdul to be finished before we measure this one. But we got 4 lengths at 5.4. I think it'll be enough, definitely. Alright, so you need a miter box and a saw. You don't need a miter box, you can do it by hand, but if you're just starting out, this is how you do it. This miter box is the first one I've ever had, and it actually comes with everything. So it's good when you're first starting out. It tells you where to put the cornice on what lines. So this is 90mm cornice. So we're looking for 4-step Cairo, that's what I have at home. Cornice 90mm, this one right here. So it goes, there's one side that has 2 steps and one side that has 1 step. So it's on the side with 1 step. So it fits in to there. Alrighty, that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, there it is, sitting right there like that. So it's important to note too that let's put a stress on this length of cornice, and it's same goes with skirting. If it's twisted, you're going to get a bad miter down this end. So we want to probably put something down that end. I actually thought of buying recently 2 of these boxes and sit the other one down in that end. That way you know it's flat and even, so your miters will be as best as they can be. Like I said before, I'm using boral because the stuff that I tore down the other day is actually boral as well. How's it going there, Abdul? Still going good?
Yeah.
So yeah, this was boral brand as well. There you go. Bit small. Anyway, I think we'll be alright. Alright, so let's get cutting. So some people say you cut cornice upside down, back to front, and when people used to tell me that, I used to just get way confused. So forget about that for a minute. I'm going to do that small cupboard one, and that's what I'm going to explain to you guys, and then I'm just going to do the rest. So 1805, internal to internal, which the cornice is going to look like this. And it's going to go up. There's one internal. So then we measure 1805 from there, right on the corner. 1805. And that's where our next one's going to be. Let me just stick something under that. I'm going to go there, then I'm just going to go around to get that clean and cut. And see that? That's where your line is, so you don't cut there, you cut where the back of it is. Alright, and then, so you're just imagining there, zoom out a bit. So you've got to cut there and there, and this just goes up straight on the wall like that. Sometimes it can be tight and you have to bend the middle. It's going to be real tight. And when they're short pieces, they don't bend very well. Hard to get in there. It's like you gotta full snap it in there. Oh, maybe a bit tight, but we'll get it in there anyway. Get some mud on it, because once it goes in, it's not going to want to come out. You're just going to take a little bit off that. That's a bit tight. If it was a longer piece, you could bow the outside so you get the ends in. But this is a short piece, it doesn't bow that much. So we're going to take off 10 mil. What size it is, 1805. And cut your next one. What you can do when you're starting as well, with this off cut. Cut yourself 2 pieces, maybe 4 pieces, some externals and some internals. So you go up to your wall, you know what piece you need. You need one of these, you take that in the miter box, and you're like, yeah, oh, okay, I need to put it here. And that's how you do it. I think that's how I did it when I first started out. So I'm going to cut a couple of these as well. Cornices are straight, and because I didn't cut from the other side, you get this bird edge. So anyway, these are just demo pieces. Cut another one of them. Actually, I'll cut this other external piece. And out of that external, I'll get This one is the left, internal, right, same with this, left, right, internal, it's a left, external, right, left, external, right, external. Alright, so you can pretty much just leave these in your car. See? You need a piece that goes along and then another piece goes like that. Well, these are your ends. Okay? That's your ends. It might be the other way. Over here. These are all your external pieces. Keep these. These are the internals. They go into walls. This goes into the other wall. There you have it. Let me show you. Alright, here we have in this part of the house, we've got an external here and an internal there. So say you have your pieces. That looks like it. You need one of them. So how they all go together. Like that. So you think, say you're replacing this piece here, you know that goes in there. So you know on the right side of your miter box you need this angle. So we'll save this. And then over here, go something like that. I'm going to get rid of this for you. And this side, you need something like that. This angle here, if you're going to replace this one is going to be the end of that one. And then you just measure from the inside of that corner right to the edge here. Sometimes you have to give or take 5 mil. Just because of how you cut. So after a few cuts you kind of realize if you need to add or subtract depending on your method of cutting. Sometimes you can be lazy and just all your cuts end up being 5 mils too long and you've got to cut them all, especially the externals. So sometimes that happens. Better to have it a bit long than a bit short, so you can just take it back to the miter box and cut a bit off it. There's that piece. Just goes straight up. So hard to do everything in film at the same time. Alright, we're gonna go 40, 40, 80. 4078. 4078 I'm gonna go. Yeah. 40. I'm looking through the camera writing that. Better dust out. Likes to build up in here quite well. So I always start by just cutting one of the ends. That's where you need it. these are all internals. So we're going to cut right here. Cut along here. But we're going to get this other side. Cut it from here. Come back around here, and that's the right side of our internal. If you're by yourself and you're trying to measure these long lengths, you get your tape measure. It's even harder when you're trying to film yourself doing it. Make sure that that's lined up right there. Pretty good. You stick that in there. And you measure it from there. Like that. .4078. We're right about here. Now, the hard part is just going to pierce it. And bring my miter box in. And we're going to cut here. We really need to double check, because we don't want to run out of corners, so I just double checked. Oh, so you need a right internal. No, it's going into a right end. Okay, so you need a left internal here, right? So take your box, stick it in, and guess what? You use this one. So you want to make sure this point, cutting along here, so you can easily lose a couple mils here and a couple mils down the other end if you cut it a little bit off. So this line should be on the start of the cut, there. So you're getting all of that, or else your piece is going to be too short. Do you know what I mean? Let me get this. Cool. Yeah. If your line would have been, oh yeah, I'll put it on the other side of that. Here, guess what, you're gonna lose a lot more. Then your piece will be short. Yep. Whoa. Oh, my foot stuck in my chair. Are you all the way to the end?
Yeah.
That's it. Hang on a minute. Maybe too long. I don't mind a bit of bend and it snaps into place. Try to push it in. Then I'll cut a bit off.
Yeah.
After all of that talking, it's too tight, that door. Actually, it's pretty nice. Going to the other side. So we're going to take off about that much apparently. That's just a wild guess. That's just to get that bow out. It's too long. Don't know what happened. But anyway, it's always good idea to test it before you mix up the mud, because you only have like limited time working with that stuff.
In?
Yeah, you in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll go. Yep. This thing's still dripping. You want to see what I get charged for electricity? $5.30 or something a day. Apparently, I'm using 150% more than I was last year.